Fear doesn't knock. It slips in, quiet as a shadow. Lynn, my wife of 11 months, was the kind of woman who radiated warmth, her life as orderly as her grocery list. 6 years together, and I'd never seen a crack in her calm. Horror movies? She'd flee The Shining halfway through, pale and trembling. Pranks? Not her style. So when she started watching me, it felt wrong, like a note played off key. 2 months ago, the air in our house thickened. I was late, gulping bitter coffee I'd brewed myself, no time for Duncan. Rushing down the hall, I glimpsed her, eyes wide, unblinking, peering from around the corner. A strand of dark hair swayed against the wall, stirred by nothing. My heart stuttered. Coffee scalded my lips. "Lynn?" I gasped, wiping my pants. "You scared me." She vanished, footsteps pattering toward the living room like a child caught in mischief. I laughed, called her a weirdo, shouted, "I love you," as I left. Her giggle drifted back, sharp and fleeting. By lunch, I'd brushed it off. That night, she was herself again, stirring sauce with precision. We didn't speak of it, but her eyes, too still, too wide, haunted me. The house felt too quiet, as if it were waiting. 3 nights later, I woke at 2 a.m., throat parched, the house too still. In the kitchen, orange juice jug in hand, a chill prickled my neck, someone watching. I looked down, and there was Lynn, peeking from behind the island, her grin too wide, eyes unblinking, like a mask stretched wrong. I screamed, pure fear. She scuttled back, hands and feet slapping tiles, crawling like a startled insect. I froze, heart hammering, mind blank. What was that? I crept upstairs, dreading each step. Lynn lay in bed, curled, breathing evenly or faking it. I watched, waiting for a twitch. Nothing. I slid in beside her, braced for a jolt. The silence crushed me. Morning came. I handed her coffee, kissed her cheek, forced calm. "Last night, what was that?" I asked lightly. She frowned, puzzled. "What?" "You were by the island, grinning," I pointed. Her laugh erupted, pulling me in. "You creep me out," I said, half smiling. She hugged me, teasing. "We're even." But her eyes flickered, unreadable. Driving to work, that grin haunted me, too sharp, too wrong. The slap of her hands on the floor echoed. She was playing, I told myself. But the house felt alive, watching. Lynn's peeking grew relentless, behind the couch, through curtains, even inside her grandmother's creaky trunk at our bed's foot. One night, its hinges groaned, revealing her grinning face. Half hidden, eyes gleaming like a child's with a twisted secret. "Why?" I asked. No answer. She lowered the lid, sealing herself in. 2 weeks passed without incident. I teased over Netflix. "Done with your spy game?" Her smile was sharp. "Maybe I'm just better at it." Paranoia bloomed. I checked corners, doors, jumpy when she wasn't in view. Weeks later, I relaxed, hoping it was over. Then, days ago, it worsened. Lynn was out. I showered, soap burning my eyes, when that watched feeling struck. I looked, and there she was. Head past the curtain, hair dripping, eyes red, grin grotesque. Her makeup streaked her cheeks. I screamed, hitting the tiles. Her gaze held, unhinged. She withdrew slowly, the door slamming shut. I locked myself in, pacing, rage rising. "Lynn, what the fuck?" I yelled. Silence. A faint moan, barely there. "Lynn?" Nothing. Just the shower's drip, taunting. I pounded the door, shouting, "Stop it!" waiting for her retort. The quiet grew heavier. Wrong. Too scared to face Lynn, I hid in the bathroom, heart pounding for another half hour. Finally, I knelt, peering under the door. No face stared back. Just the empty hallway. No Lynn at the stairs. Hand trembling, I unlocked the door, but a moan, louder, raw, froze me. It came from the closet. Her eyes gleamed through the crack, her grin a gaping wound, hands clasped in giddy tremors. A raspy moan clawed from her throat, chilling me to the bone. I bolted, yanking the bathroom door open, sprinting downstairs, grabbing keys and phone, and fleeing to my car in just boxers, hair still wet. Her shrill laugh chased me, but I didn't look back. I drove to my brother Chris's house, 40 minutes away, ignoring Lynn's calls and texts, 4 missed calls, messages asking why I'd left like that. Rage surged. I hurled my phone at the dash. Chris and his wife took me in, lending clothes, asking no questions beyond a vague fight I mentioned. Sleep eluded me on their sofa, Lynn's closet grin haunting every blink. She'd been in there the whole time, slamming the door to trick me. My skin crawled. Chris gave me a sleeping pill, but nightmares of her smile plagued me. Morning came, my body aching, dreading the call to Lynn. I needed her to swear this would stop, to be her serious self again. Then that watched feeling hit, sharp and cold. Staring at the ceiling, I fought it, but my eyes drifted to the window. Lynn's face pressed against the glass, drool streaking, her grin wider, wilder. She'd been there, maybe all night. Anger drowned fear. I leapt up, pounding the glass. "Lynn, what the hell's wrong with you? Go home!" Her smile only grew, ecstatic, unyielding. Chris's footsteps echoed upstairs, and Lynn's head twitched, her grin fading as she closed her mouth. Chris called my name, concerned as he and Rebecca rushed down. I turned back. Lynn was gone. Only drool streaks on the glass remained. I stammered about her washing me, but they doubted, suggesting a dream. Chris checked outside. No footprints, just a faint indent, maybe an animal. Exhausted, I didn't argue. I called out of work, phone off, dreading Lynn's voice. Her texts piled up. "I love you, come home, I'm worried," innocent yet silent on her madness. No novels, just curt pleas, unlike her usual wordy self. I stayed another night, waking past noon, relieved her face wasn't at the window. Over lunch, Rebecca asked gently, "Can this be fixed?" "She's not herself," I said, guarded. "I don't trust her." "She loves you," Rebecca insisted. "She was crushed when I saw her this morning." My blood froze. "You saw her?" "Yeah, after Chris left. She looked awful, like she hadn't slept. Asked if you were awake, but didn't come in. Said to let you sleep." No car, no footprints. My eyes darted to corners, half expecting her grin. I thanked Rebecca, checked the locks, heart pounding. The house felt wrong, like it was holding its breath again. I couldn't go home, but Lynn was my wife. Sick or not, I'd vowed to stand by her. Her behavior wasn't a prank, it felt sinister. A darkness lurking behind her grin. Calling the police seemed useless. What crime was peaking, committing her, risked her playing normal, fooling everyone as she had Rebecca. I was lost. Desperate, I called her mother, Marianne, despite our strained history. Her coldness always unnerved me, her thin-lipped smiles never reaching her eyes. "Marianne, it's Ben," I said, bracing myself. "Lynn's acting strange. Any history of mental health issues?" A long pause, heavy with something unspoken. "If you're concerned, get professionals involved," she snapped, voice sharp but wavering. "Don't call again." She hung up, her urgency lingering. Seek professional help. Was she hinting at something more? Her refusal stung. Why wouldn't she help her daughter? I replayed her words, grasping for meaning. Exhausted, I told Chris and Rebecca about Lynn's closet ambush, leaving at the worst. They were shocked, but doubted its severity, suggesting a YouTube prank. Chris urged talking to her, not cops, and offered to come with me. Relieved, I agreed. After breakfast, Chris and I drove to the house, my stomach churning. Lynn's car was gone, but the front door hung ajar. I braced for her eyes in the gap, sweating. Chris, unfazed, strolled in behind me. A rotting stench hit us, thick and vile. "Smells like death," Chris muttered, nose wrinkled. "Quiet," I hissed, scanning for Lynn. The house was dark, curtains sealed, silent as a tomb. We checked every room, every corner, calling her name. Glass crunched underfoot, our wedding portrait smashed, Lynn's smiling face staring from the crooked frame. My throat tightened. The bathroom loomed, memories of her grin flooding back. We checked the shower, the closet, untouched. "She's not here," Chris said. "Grab clothes, let's go." I nodded, stuffing a duffel in our bedroom, then I opened the closet. A dozen eyeballs, animal small to quarter-sized, lay in neat pairs on the rug, soaking it with rot. I gagged. Chris paled, retreating. "She needs an exorcist," he choked. I shut the door, tasting decay, when that watched feeling crawled over me. I turned, heart pounding, and saw her, under the bed, curled, eyes wide, grinning like a child unwrapping gifts. Her hands, blood-smeared, trembled under her chin, hiccuping with excitement. "Lynn," I whispered, fighting the urge to run. "I want to help." She bobbed her head, moaning softly, lips cracked and bleeding. I crouched, gagging at her stench. "Are you hurt? You're bleeding." Her fingers danced, smearing blood on her chin, her grin unyielding, eyes wild. The room closed in, the air thick with dread. Lynn's hiccuping grew frantic as I reached for her, blood seeping between her trembling fingers. "You're bleeding," I said. But her hand lashed out, a glass shard slicing my arm. I stumbled back, shocked, as she grinned, clutching the weapon. Chris called from the hall, "You okay?" I nodded, cradling my arm, but Lynn's gaze shifted, her snarl fixed on him. I backed away, heart pounding. "Chris, run!" I shouted. He froze, staring as Lynn crawled from under the bed, standing in the doorway, body taut, blood dripping. "Jesus, Lynn," Chris stammered. "Hide and seek?" I shoved him toward the stairs. "Move!" Her grin widened, unnatural, chin nearly touching her chest. Chris bolted. I hesitated, torn. "I want to help," I choked. She raised the shard, sprinting at me with giddy rage. Instinct took over. I leapt down the stairs, her arms wrapping my neck, hiccuping in my ear. I threw her off, pain searing my back, and fled to the car. Chris, on the phone with 911, followed. At the ER, I got 11 stitches in my arm, 3 in my back. Police searched the house. Lynn was gone. They urged a restraining order, but I knew it wouldn't matter. I drove to a motel an hour away, seeking distance. 40 minutes ago, a text from an unknown number. "I found you." Attached, a grainy photo of Lynn's eye, unblinking. For years, I thought Lynn was watching me, her eyes peering from corners, her grin twisted, her hands bloodied. I fled our home, her laughter echoing, her presence haunting every shadow. But the truth cuts deeper than any glass shard. Lynn died 5 years ago, her car skidding off a rain-slick road, gone before I could say goodbye. The house, the eyeballs, the chases, they were my mind's cruel inventions, grief's twisted artistry. I've been alone, unraveling, since her funeral. My brother Chris, worried, found me at a motel, raving about texts that never existed, a photo of her eye that wasn't there. My phone held no messages, just dust and silence. He took me to a hospital where doctors spoke of schizophrenia, of hallucinations born from loss. The peaking, the blood, her manic joy, all painted by a brain that couldn't let her go. Lynn's mother, Marianne, never answered my call. She'd cut ties after the funeral, blaming me for Lynn's stress. Rebecca's story of seeing Lynn, my delusion, weaving her into my fractured reality. The house, reeking of rot, was empty, the wedding photo intact, the closet bare. I'd been running from a ghost I'd conjured, her grin, my own guilt reflected. Now, medicated, I sit in a quiet room, the watched feeling fading but never gone. Lynn's real smile, warm and steady, flickers in my memory, not the monster I made. I loved her, and in losing her, I lost myself. The terror was mine, not hers. And that truth haunts me more than any shadow ever could.